On the horizon, getting a grip on the crisis where it started, and how folks who live and breathe firearms can adjust their sights. As someone who spent more time than I can count at the range, cleaning gear on the bench, and sending thousands of rounds downrange, I can flat out tell you we're staring down another ammo crunch. But this one's got a different feel. It ain't just a run on bullets this time. It's a mess of global dust-ups, government red tape, and raw material shortages all stewing together. Doesn't matter if you're a weekend tin-can shooter, a match-grade competitor, or you keep a pistol by the bed, this shortage is knocking on all our doors. This long-form breakdown lays out what's really going on, what's squeezing the hardest, and more than anything, how to stay ahead of the storm and keep your range time alive and well. Now, ammo shortages ain't new, but this one's meaner. If you've been shooting long enough, you remember the good old .22 long rifle drought back in the early 2010s. That little rimfire used to be $5 a brick, then poof gone. Boxes of 500 rounds were going for 60, sometimes $70. I remember waiting in the cold outside big box stores before sunrise just to grab a sleeve or two of .22. Then the pandemic hit and things got real sideways. Couldn't find 9mm Luger, 5.56 by 45 NATO, 7.62 by 39, or even 12-gauge shells unless you were ready to fork over highway robbery prices. A box of 59 mil that used to be $13. Try 50 if you could find it at all. Even once the shelves started to trickle back, the prices never really settled down. Back in 2019, you could pick up a case of 1,000 steel-cased 7.62 by 39 from Wolf for around $200. These days, you'll be lucky to see it under $400. Same goes for 223 Remington, still sitting well above what it cost before COVID came knocking. And even bulk 5.56 ain't the bargain it used to be. Truth is, the days of cheap, happy-go-lucky shooting are drying up fast. The vanishing budget ammo. No more Russian steel or military leftovers. There used to be two main things that kept shooting easy on the wallet: Russian steel-cased ammo and plain old military surplus. You could always count on names like Wolf, Tula, and Barnaul to hand you down and dirty rounds that ran just fine, and for a price that didn't sting. Perfect for when you're burning through boxes at the range. And those surplus crates, especially out of Eastern Europe, brought us oddball calibers like 7.62 by 54 rimmed or even 300 blackout stuff you could shoot without feeling like you were throwing dollar bills out the barrel. But now, both them streams have just about dried up. The United States government went and slapped a full ban on Russian ammo imports. That's the death knell for steel case bulk in most of the calibers we all run. And with wars still flaring, particularly the mess in Ukraine, military surplus is all but gone. What little's left is getting sent straight to front lines overseas. So what's that leave us with? Fresh brass-cased factory loads from outfits here in the States or over in Europe. It's good ammo. No argument there, but you'll feel it in your pocketbook every time you stock up. A powder keg waiting to ignite. The global gunpowder shortage. Just when it looked like things might level out a bit, here comes another kick in the teeth. A global shortfall in smokeless powder. And this ain't just folks crying wolf. Big players like Vista Outdoor have stepped up and said it plain. Their vice president of sales, Brett Nelson, put it in black and white demand worldwide's hit record highs, and the folks who make the powder are warning that rough times are coming. Doesn't matter if you're buying boxed cartridges or reloading over your garage bench, you're going to feel this squeeze. Reloaders are already in a frenzy, watching primer, brass, and powder prices climb like a scared cat. What used to be $30 a pound is now running north of $50 if you can even find it. The big-name powder houses Hodgdon, Alliant, IMR, they're rationing out shipments, and most sellers are throwing purchase limits on folks just trying to stock a shelf. And what's behind it? Two big storms. First, That war in Ukraine's burning through ammo like firewood in January and choking off the supply of key materials. Second, China's gone and pulled the plug on exports of nitrocellulose. That's the backbone of modern smokeless powder. Beijing's move to stop selling that to the U.S. has hammered our domestic powder makers. And this ain't just our fight, it's hit Europe too. Even the big ammo outfits overseas are barely treading water trying to meet demand. So forget the old trick of ordering from abroad. There's no quick fix this time. What lies ahead and how to prepare like a pro. Let's be real honest, prices ain't heading downhill anytime soon. Some of the oddball calibers like .327 Federal Magnum, .45-70 Government, or even 7mm Remington Magnum might flat out vanish from shelves in the next few months. And even the basics like 9mm or 5.56 will likely keep creeping up. That said, this ain't the time to panic, it's the time to get your act together. Here's a straight shooting strategy any gun owner can follow to stack up a solid ammo reserve without lighting your wallet on fire. Step 1. Identify your essential calibers. Start by writing down your main guns and what they eat. Let's say you're running a 9mm Glock, an AR platform in 5.56, and a 12-gauge pump scattergun. Those are your front runners. Then split your stash into 2 piles. Training ammo for range time, drills, and classes. And defensive loads meant for home garden or everyday carry. Don't go burning up your hollow points on paper targets. Keep that good stuff tucked away, separate from your plinking pile. Step 2. Build a budget and stick to it. Start by taking a hard look at how much you're actually shooting every month. Say your average run-of-the-mill looks like 500 rounds of 9mm, 150 rounds of 5.56, and 50 shells of 12-gauge. That's probably costing you somewhere near $200 each month, the way prices sit right now. If you've got an extra $100 to spare, put it to work building up a reserve. Stick to the same mix. 250 rounds of 9mm, 80 rounds of 5.56, and 25 shotgun shells. Keep that rhythm steady, and before long, you'll have a pile worth bragging about. Step 3. Make the most of a limited budget. Not everyone's sitting on a stack of cash for bulk buys, and that's all right. You can still get sharp without going broke. Dry fire don't cost a dime. Instead of burning through live ammo every weekend, get in your reps at home draws, reloads, trigger press, all of it. Keep an eye out for deals. Set alerts with your favorite shops. Use those price trackers to catch flash sales or pick up clearance boxes. And rotate your calibers. Focus on one gun per month. Run your 9mm 1 month, switch to your rifle next time. That way, you're still training and keeping your edge without busting the bank. Step 4. Prioritize defensive rounds. You ought to aim to keep a steady stash of good quality defensive loads. Try this for a monthly target. 40 to 70 rounds of premium hollow point pistol ammo, 30 to 50 rounds of soft point or barrier blind rifle ammo, and at least 1 box 5 to 10 shells of buckshot or slug 12 gauge. These are the ones that matter most, not for plinking cans, but for protecting what's yours. Store 'em right, check 'em regular, and keep 'em ready. Final words, stay steady, stay sharp. This might just be one of the toughest stretches American shooters have ever faced, but it ain't the end of the world. Stay on top of what's happening, keep after your plan, and don't lose your cool. Stockpiling's not about fear. It's about being ready. Whether you're guarding the homestead, competing on the line, or just enjoy the smell of burnt powder on a crisp Saturday morning, one thing's for sure. With clear eyes and a solid plan, you'll be ready no matter what kind of shortage rolls your way.